Dr. Siddharth Mukherjee, an oncologist and a researcher, in his book Emperor of All Maladies maps the history of cancer against a number of varied coordinates. How the illness has been understood through time, the dread its dark aura has generated, how medical practitioners and researchers have tried to engage with it to find a cure, and how civil society bodies and government has time and again waged war against it outside of hospitals and laboratories. It's a well-rounded account of this terrible family of diseases. No wonder it's described as a biography of cancer.
The original subtitle of the book was History, and I changed it to biography because I was looking for a more accurate description of the book. The book tries to draw a portrait over time. It happens to be the portrait of an illness, which begins 4,000 years ago and then carries itself through its history. And the idea of drawing a portrait and carrying it over time and looking at it through a variety of different angles really felt more like a biography. It was a more descriptive, more rich, a word that was richer, and therefore I called it a biography.
And you also say that in your book that cancer cannot be seen as one thing, it's not a monolith. How did you then think of a project this ambitious and throw a lasso around it?
It's a very good question. I mean, although cancer is not one disease, there are very deep biological parallels that run through the entire family of diseases. And so therefore I chose to unify the whole project. And it also seemed to me that the history can be unified, and that was what was important. There is a connection ultimately between breast cancer and leukemia, not just a biological connection, but a metaphorical connection, a literary connection. And therefore I felt as if I could write the whole story. And part of the reason I wrote the story was because it was missing.
And you also bring in the stories of some of your patients, and very poignantly told. And at the same time, a doctor is supposed to be this dispassionate person who, though treats his patient, but also maintains this distance.
I don't think that there's any injunctions for doctors to be dispassionate. In fact, I think doctors should be very passionate. The idea of dispassionate has to do more with the way we adjudicate treatments or the way we understand treatments. But in terms of grieving or in terms of caring, I want my doctor to be very passionate, actually. So I think that it minimizes the profession of medicine to think about doctors as totally dispassionate.
Okay, and you also bring in people who have been at the forefront of fight against cancer, and then there is
both doctors, patients, and scientists.
And of course, interweaving it through the history of cancer. How did you arrive on this structure?
Well, the narrative structure of the book was the hardest piece of it, because I had to find a way to tell this large story, which is kind of a large canvas of a story, but also the small stories. And I think one of the ways I decided to do this in the book is to meet that challenge up front and to put everything in such that you follow my story through the book, but also the larger story, and also the story of Sidney Farber, who sort of threads the book together. So, in fact, I had originally thought that writing a book this way would be so challenging technically that it would be impossible to do. But readers have just come into the book very openly and have been able to really get into the full story. So I've been gratified
and
by
take
that.
what they like. Thank you so much for joining us.
Real pleasure. Thank you.